Alright, hi everybody, welcome. So this evening I'm just going to shine a bright light on my face and do a little video on this cam because I wanted to talk briefly about the whole issue of the brain-computer interface and some of my thoughts about that. And I have talked about this in a video before and I'll post a link to that below. But so I've been observing the emergence of the whole transhuman paradigm for a while now. And I've also been, hearing people like Elon Musk are expressing concerns about artificial intelligence becoming more sophisticated and intelligent and how that could be a potential threat. And Elon Musk is one of the people who is a proponent of the neural interface and the brain-computer interface because he thinks that humans need to interact with the machine in order to prevent artificial intelligence from becoming dominant. And so, his company is working on creating some kind of neural lace that would probably have to be implanted in the skull. And that would be their version of the brain-computer interface. I've seen other people who are using MRI technology to accomplish the brain-computer interface. There's a number of different angles that people seem to be coming at it from. And I look at the current paradigm, with the cell phones and the tablets and the computer, and I'm already seeing, that we've had detrimental results from cognitive problems and short attention span to the possibility that cancer rates are going up because of this stuff, or that people are going to end up having epigenetic problems. And I do think, with the cell phones, we've already got people who are really sensitive to the Wi-Fi. There's a lot of concern about the implement of the 5G and how cell phones are affecting human health. So we've got all of these problems, and now they're talking about plugging people's brains into these kind of devices. It seems like a pipe dream to me. I think that when people are using these virtual reality headsets, they're already having, vertigo and headaches and things like that. These kind of devices are not meant to be used for long periods of time on a regular basis. And certainly, a cell phone being held up to the head or one of these Wi-Fi headsets, it's not good for the brain. And it's not good for your physiology. And, I've been studying Chinese medicine for a long time, so I understand how the meridians work and the energy flows in the body. And when you put a cell phone up to the side of your head and hold it there for a long period of time, you're disrupting that meridian flow, and you are going to end up creating problems. And now I think we don't even begin to understand the side effects of these things yet, and they're already pushing, for this implementation of the 5G. So I think this whole neural interface is going to be a huge fail. I think that the people who actually are going to try to do this and implement it will have problems from it. Now, I totally understand how a lot of this technology and the development of it is justified based on the need that disabled people have for this kind of technology to help them to be able to move and be able to communicate. I kind of understand it from that point of view, but when you're talking about taking a healthy person and plugging them into these machines and creating this interface, you're going to damage that person's genetic expression and their physiological response. And I do think they're a long way off from being able to do this in a viable way, if it can even be done. And I question the motivation for wanting to plug into the machine anyway. I really do. I think, and this is just personally me, I think we haven't even begun to explore our own genome and the potentials in it, or our own psychic development. And so we're relying on all these technologies to communicate non-locally we're relying on these technologies for a lot of things that I really wonder if some of this stuff, you know, we're actually have capabilities that we might not realize, and we're abdicating those capabilities to all of this external technology. So that's another thought that I have about this whole paradigm. And yeah, that's pretty much. I just wanted to point out the fact that I think that the idea that a brain-computer interface, and you know, that somehow attaching ourselves to the computer is even viable right now. They're acting like this is coming and it's going to happen soon, and they might just push this and try to create a paradigm, you know, where their workforce are all hooked up to the machine. But I think that we would find that we'd find rapid decline would be the result of that whole paradigm, and that it's just not viable. So anyway, I will probably have more thoughts on this to post in future videos, so I will be back about this later. Have a good night.